So let me just warm up. So let me just roll the TNT. We got tangents and trivia. It's TNT, baby. I actually want to play a game next.
Okay.
So it's kind of just
Love games?
love game. It actually is a little bit.
Okay.
It's segueing off of the carnival. And I don't know if you saw the video that, Roxburgh, City Boy, and Santiago. Yes, that's a cool nickname. What we did. But I don't know if you've been seeing in the trend. I think we're just slightly behind on that. Sorry guys, we're catching up. About the She's a 10.
No, I don't.
No?
I don't watch that. But let's explain it.
So basically, it's she's a 10, but so it's scenario based questions, and I don't know why, but I just think it would be really.
So where's this coming from? Because I obviously saw your video, but
I'm going to ask you a few.
Yeah, where is this all coming from though? She's a 10
I have no
thing?
idea.
Honestly,
I think it's like I have no idea where it is, but like on TikTok it was all over there a couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago.
So you just go up to a random person on a camera and go,
no,
she's a 10. So you give them a scenario. That's
what like what's his name? That's what Roxburgh did. So, he came through with he's a 10, but what you saw on TikTok was it'd just be like a video of someone doing something, but there'd be like she's a 10 or he's a 10, but so my one that I put was she's a 10, but she spells lose as loose. And for everyone watching, if you don't understand the difference between lose and loose, we can't be friends. You know the difference, right?
Yeah, I always do it wrong by accident and then realise that later date and then correct it.
So she's instantly a 2 for me. Like, instantly.
No, but me? That's what you just said I'm a she.
No, but you're not a she.
Okay. It's alright for guys, is it?
100%.
Sexist.
You misogynist pig.
Yeah.
But seriously though, like, lose and loose, like, I can't deal with it. Because obviously when I speak to people, they'll be like, I just want to lose fat. And I'm just, I know what they mean, but I just look at it and I feel like I want to throw up. So I haven't thought of any like here, but I've got some in my head already.
Okay, come on.
That wasn't pre-planned.
Just do it. I mean, go.
So she's a 10, but she only eats food with slimy. What's the word? With slimy textures. Because I know what you're like with food. Because I remember that. Do you remember that mochi I gave you?
Let me just give you a little bit of knowledge before we go into this. I'm in a relationship, so this is all theoretical.
Theoretical.
If this was a year ago and I was single or whatever, okay, and then I was walking to the pub or something like that, and there's a girl and she goes, "Hey, I'm 10 out of 10."
So she's like, "Hey, I'm 10 out of 10," and then you're like, "Okay, cool." Like you've obviously dropped game, you're all cool with her, and then you asked to go out with her, young maiden, may I take your hand and go for some lunch together, that kind of thing. And she goes, "Oh yeah, great." Here's the number. I've got to go now. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, and then it's all cool. Okay, and then turn up to the thing, and then. But
she will only go out and eat food with you if it's all slimy textures. So she effectively only eats slugs.
Well, it's obviously a good thing for me, isn't it? No, but do you know what I mean? Like, she likes slimy things in her mouth, and that's great news for me.
Yeah, okay, I hear that. But let's say it's actually food and not you. So, like, you invite her over, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cool, but I'm only eating things that are slimy." And she insists that when you guys eat, you eat together.
What do you mean by slimy?
You're thinking of it too disgusting.
Do you mean greasy?
So that thing that I gave you.
Is it grease?
Do you remember when I came to the
Don't say the brand.
No, but I came to that radio station.
Yeah, that shit radio station.
And I gave you that mochi thing.
You gave me that horrible Japanese dessert.
And you're like, that texture was absolutely the same. Yeah. So I'm saying everything's the same texture as mochi.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
And everything she wants you to.
Well, I'm not eating it.
But she wants you to.
Well, no, because that's a different thing, isn't it? That's someone trying to force me to eat food.
So is she a 10? She's like, "Oh, I just love it so much if like you eat with me and we eat and share the same things together. You feed me, I feed you."
Okay, well no. Are you still gonna suck my cock?
What is she ranking wise though? She's a 10, but she only eats slimy things.
Well, as I said, if she's trying to force it on me, and then she doesn't want to proceed with a relationship, then I'm not even going to bother ranking her. Cause
So she's a 0.
Yeah, because no, I'm not. It's unranked, mate. She's a U. If someone's going to be that fucking pathetic, and then they try and make me eat slugs and that.
Okay. Next one, because I understand that.
Yeah.
She's a 10, but she hates music. Hates music. Like, you put it on and she's just
what kind of person is like that? Again, unranked. It's a U. What's her reason though? That's what I'm saying. Did she give me a reason?
Like, I don't know her.
Maybe she was molested by Axl Rose
I just met her. I don't know her, mate. But she just turned around to me. She was an absolute 10, but she was like, I hate music. Tell Sam that. I was like, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to. I can't imagine a person that would say that. I don't think I've ever met a person that says they don't like music, other than the IT teacher. Remember, he used to say that he did a radio station and he was the best DJ because he didn't like music.
IT teacher.
You remember the guy? He was like big guy, Mr. B.
No,
okay, anyway, yeah.
I don't think I ever had him.
You must have, because you were in the same class, weren't we?
No, I don't. Well, I guess I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah. If a girl came up to me in the pub, well fit, had like the most perfect whirlwind thing, and then not necessarily in the pub, by the way, anyway, but I don't like music. If she said that to me, I guess I want to know why.
Yeah, I get that.
I need to know why.
I want you to get out of the like figure out the technicalities and just accept it for what it is.
No, yeah, I mean, nah, she's unmarked, mate. I'm not going to mark you. I think she's pathetic. Like, just off the bat, like decision, I'd just be like, really?
Okay.
You don't like music.
All right. Okay.
But there must be something deep going on with her. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be like, Jesus, steer clear of that. I can't listen to it. It makes me mad. I don't know. Why would someone say that? That's all I can think of.
Okay. So next one.
Although is that better than her saying that she loves really, really terrible music? Actually, yeah. Let me. If I was to kind of
still rewind it.
if really attractive 10 out of 10, and then she said, I listen to just music that I hate.
Yeah.
That's unranked. That's punch them in the face.
So what, she listens to music that you hate?
Yeah, if I really hate
only
music,
like her playlist is
that's
every
what,
single song that you hate.
Yeah, if we had no common ground at all.
Okay.
Which is hard to come by, but there are things that I'm just like. To tell you what it is, it's not that I don't like genres or whatever. It's just when I hear like a song and I'm just like, that is really cringy.
That is pants. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, no, I really like this. No, these guys are really cool. Do you know what I mean? Like the kind of thing where you just like. People look up to really shit musicians or whatever because they make a fucking stupid shit song. Yeah. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
If she says she doesn't like music, and then we had a conversation, there's a possibility she's gonna be like, yeah, because I've hung around with loads of musicians and they're all pompous turds.
Fair.
Don't know where I got that word in from, but
pompous. I feel like it needs to be like thrown up somewhere.
Yeah, you're a pompous turd, sir.
Okay, next one. So she's a 10, but she has an addiction to eating her toenail clippings. What would you rank her?
An addiction.
An addiction.
So she has to do it. It's not that she just likes to do it.
I'm laughing because I remember watching a TV show, right? And this guy had an addiction to eating plastic bags.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
Did you see that?
They must be fake though.
Man. And his girlfriend was like, "It's me on a."
It's those American TV programs that are just like so fucking stupid.
He was like, "It's me on the plastic bags," and then it cut to 3 months ahead, and he was like, "I just plastic."
Oh my god.
He was like, "Yeah, me and Charlize wouldn't work out because I like."
That's because she wasn't a 10 out of 10. That's why.
I'm crying.
Not eating the toenails.
I'm crying.
By the way, why aren't you answering these questions as well? Can we?
Because they're not being asked to me. You can by the way, when I finish this one, you can ask me a couple as well.
So toenail clippings addiction. I'd try and. Oh, she wouldn't be a 10 out of 10. She's a 0 out of 10. Yeah, the question's invalid.
Why?
Because no matter how fit a bird is, if she's there going, "I'm gonna eat the toenails" or whatever, then you're not going to find her attractive, are you?
No, but she's not like she'll just sneak it in. Like you're going to bed and obviously the lights
What, and
are
then
out.
you smell her breath.
You're just hearing crunching, or you're giving her a little lips, giving her a little tongue.
Yeah, but
and
would
then,
you not?
And you just like cut your tongue on her toenails that are stuck between her teeth.
Oh my god! Yeah, but you would go. You'd talk to her, wouldn't you? Go, what the fuck's going on, love? And then and she'd tell you. She'd have to tell you. She couldn't get around it.
It's just like yeah.
And then you'd have to get out there, wouldn't you?
100%. For me, it should be a 0.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that. I can't deal with anyone picking their nose and eating it. That for me.
Yeah, that is. Mate, if people are if someone's still doing that at this age. Can you remember there was that kid in our form that used to like eat his eye boogers and stuff all the time, and he goes,
like, tastes like milk.
yeah.
That was why.
And he always used to go, cheesecake.
I remember when someone was like, "What do you put on your chips?" He's like, "Vinegar." I'm like,
yeah,
that's me.
No, and then they were doing a like an assembly talking about like not taking drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And they go, does anybody know any drugs? And he goes, vodka. Just proper loud.
What a character.
Yeah, I'd love to. If we need to do like a sketch comedy show and just have that as like a recurring character.
Yeah.
It never makes any sense.
There we go.
Yeah.
Shoot me some questions, Question Master.
She's a 10, but every time you have sex with her, she tries to shove her thumb up your ass. And you keep on trying to tap her away, and she just and she's like, yeah, I won't do it, and then
she's like still trying to cheek you. I think she'd have to be a 2 or a 3. I think there'll be a point where I just
she's
have to,
a rapist.
Yeah, I'll have to just break her thumb at some point. Like
Yeah.
if she's a 10,
just clench onto it and snap it off.
Yeah, because she's still a 10. Do you know what I mean? It's not like she's still beautiful, but the fact that she keeps trying to put her thumb up above.
Well, she's a 0 then, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
She's not a 0 because she's still.
No, because it's not all just about looks, Naim. Stop being so shallow.
No.
Someone's manipulative, evil person that will be like, no, I won't do it, and then they shove their thumb up your ass every single time.
But how is she trying to do it though?
Just viciously, and.
Well then, yeah, because
and then and it's almost like she's in a trance when she goes. It's everything's great.
Yeah, that's like.
And then all of a sudden she just goes, yeah.
Thumbs.
And you're like, no, stop it.
So
and then as soon as you pry it out of there, you go, no.
Wait,
so like she goes, oh my god, no, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me.
So it actually goes in.
Yeah.
Nah, she's a 0,
yeah,
bro.
okay.
She's a 0. The fact that she's used.
Unfortunately, she wasn't 0 inches in diameter.
There we go. But the fact that she's forcefully shoved it in, game over, and continues to do it after I'm like, big man, you need to relax. You're not there for me.
I'll give you a realistic one now.
Okay, cool.
She's a 10, but she's slept with almost every one of your friends. And then you kind of maybe didn't really know, and then all of a sudden, as you kind of like start dating her, you say to your friends, and they go, "Oh mate,
I've had it."
Yeah.
This is a very difficult.
So you're already with this chick. So it's not that she's a 10 or blah blah blah. You're with a chick that you're really loving the relationship.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
see, this is a difficult one, and I think it really comes to the point of being a man and accepting the person that's in front of you, because I was in a similar situation to that before, where I was dealing with this girl and I was like, oh wow, she's absolutely beautiful, but then I knew like quite a lot of people that had been with her, and I had to say to myself, like I had to like take a deep breath and be like, do I like this person for who she is now, or am I always going to associate her with the person that she potentially was and still is? I didn't know. Like I was like, am I gonna cut this off because of the person that I think she is, or am I gonna try and embrace the person who she shows me to be now and see where that goes? And obviously I chose the other one because for me, I wouldn't like to be judged on everything I've done in the past.
Yeah.
That's like saying a criminal stays a criminal.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, how would you feel if, say, for example, you really liked this girl and then she suddenly found out, or maybe you didn't even realise until you meet her friends, and you suddenly realise like you meet all of her friends for the first time in this fantastic relationship, and then you've boned all of her friends at some point, and then she gets really upset about that, and then tries to break it up with you. Imagine how you'd feel. Yeah. You're like, well, it's not like I've ever done anything wrong.
Yeah. I would definitely say it really depends on who the person is there and then. Like I would always try and deal with the person in the present, because we don't know what like extenuating circumstances. I had to get it in, as you said, pompous. You know what I'm saying?
You need extenuating circumstances.
Extenuating circumstances. But anyway,
What a whimsical sentence that is that you have created with your lips.
but you don't know, do you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Decision making, mate.
That's it. I don't know why she made the decisions that she made. I don't know where she was in her life, and all I know is that she's here now.
But you can make your own decision depending on how much do you rate that person, how much do you really care about other people that she slept with or he slept with. Like, you shouldn't, at the end of the day, yeah, every situation is going to be different, but I wouldn't really care if somebody else thought a chick was a snag. I wouldn't really care if as long as she was being loyal to me from the point that we started seeing each other, I guess.
And I think the kind of the best mindset to take, which I've stuck with, is like, everyone up until you is work experience, and you're the dream job.
Yeah.
Like, you're just work experience. Yeah. Cool. That's it.
I mean, I've been in a relationship before where they were bitter about previous relationships, but that's because I was friends with her at the time of being in these previous relationships, and it always kind of came back to, well, you did this to me, and like, well, we weren't. Do you know what I mean? I have to I'm kind of expected to prioritise that person at that point.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
It's a bit of a mad one.
Free for free? Ask me one more.
Okay, this is my last one.
Yeah. I asked you free, you can ask me free.
I suppose we can do another episode on this if I get time to think of better ones, but let me try and not waste this.
Oh, I'm gonna get my phone and see what else we have to talk about.
Okay, so here's one.
I'm listening.
She's a 10.
Yeah.
But how do I say it? She's a 10, but she's a 10, but she's thick.
What, as in like dum dum?
Yeah, like
so dumb there's no drum.
Just
super dumb.
Yeah, could you see yourself living with somebody that was like?
Nah.
When I say thick, okay.
What do you mean thick as in like?
No, not thick as in like tick. I'm saying thick as in like just stupid and like and maybe ignorant as well. Like you know the kind of person that I'm on about.
I couldn't do it.
Growing up with bad role models and stuff, no one to inspire them.
She looked lovely and everything like that. So bear in mind, like for me, I wouldn't really date anyone that I would consider under like a 7 maybe, because like it wouldn't be that attractive to for me to date. Obviously she wouldn't be completely ugly, because being dumb you can also improve on that if you're open-minded, but I would happily say that if someone lacks intelligence, that I can still think they're good looking but completely not be attracted to them. So you would range really from like a 0 to a 2.
Yeah,
2 max.
That's what I'm saying. So when you say she's a 10,
yeah,
everyone's obviously thinking like looks. She's 10 out of 10 looks wise, but I'm going.
If she's
I'm ranking her on everything. I'm ranking potential partners on.
Sorry.
I will give you a 3 decimal place percentage.
She'll be like, what? But I feel like intelligence is needed because of the level of conversation that you need to have with someone. You know, when you're attracted to someone, you want to communicate with them on a level. And if everything you say, they're like, what? Oh, I don't get that. I'm like, this is...
Oh, no.
Yeah. Really?
What's up? I don't like Colonel Gaddafi, but I really like his fried chicken. That was a classic line, wasn't it, from school?
I don't know where that's from.
No. Some girl said it to me at school. They said, I don't like Colonel Gaddafi, but I really like his fried chicken.
Someone said that?
Yeah.
Nah, but no, man. They're not serious about like...
But yeah, that's the you're making the same point as me, where it's just like looks is one thing, but actually just being able to talk to somebody is like so much more.
Bro, 100%. I always say, like, my analogy of this is, you know, looks are the passport, so that gains my attention. That's like the passport to get you into the club. Your personality will either keep me or send me away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that your looks are the reason why I've looked at you and why I'm attracted to you, but the reason why I'd want to stay with you and I'd actually want to build on that is because of your personality and who you are as a person. And if I find it's that like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, I'm done here. I'm safe.
Should tell you what's funny is like thinking about the most extreme circumstances. I don't even bother going to like sometimes I see somebody and they're that obviously conscious of their looks. Like when someone's put that much effort into their look is what I'm saying. It's a turn off for me straight away.
Yeah,
and they might be the most lovely person that's just really conscious about like whatever it is. If they've got loads of makeup on because they've got like skin or whatever, or they've like just somebody that's like really into the way that they look, like their hair's like immaculate and their makeup and all this stuff going on. Obviously, someone's attractive, I'm not gonna, they'll catch my attention or something like that. But I would have never been the kind of person that's like, right, I'm gonna go and talk to the bird that's got the most makeup on in the room, because they're probably not gonna be my kind of person.
Yeah, and I guess that's fair. I mean, there's obviously the other, like you said, they could be an absolutely lovely person and it's a bit of a bias and going, because they're made up, they may not be like that.
But when I see a certain type of person, I kind of end up judging them and just going, they're probably not going to want to talk to me, neither am I going to want to talk to them.
No.
I'll make a joke, it'll go over their head, they'll think I'm a fucking idiot. I'll fucking say something and they say something stupid back, I'll think they're a fucking idiot.
It's interesting, and that's it's a psychological thing, isn't it, where it's almost like you're associating certain characteristics or associating certain manners and stuff to what that person or what the interaction would be like. And obviously it's up for debate. It could very much be very different, but I think I'm quite similar in a sense that when I see that someone like over caters, or what I would see, because who can determine that, but what I would regard as someone like over catering for their looks and like being like super made up, I think for me it's a little bit of a push away as well, because I, like, regardless of what I do, with the whole like modelling stuff and that, like people always go to me like, oh, I'm surprised how down to earth you are, and I'm like, just because of how you look shouldn't dictate how you treat people. Like, it should never. And I think because I'm never caught up on like my looks, whether I look bad or whatever, you're always someone zero. You always are. If I'm being brutally honest with you, there are people who are like super racist in this world who wouldn't like the look of me just because of my skin colour. Do you know what I mean? And that's humbling. That's really, really humbling, because it's like, as much as people go, oh yeah, like you're a nice looking lad and stuff like that, it's, for me, it's actually quite humbling to know that there's people who are like, this guy is absolutely dog.
Because, but they're just saying out of ignorance rather than...
For sure. But what I'm trying to say is, there are people who are going to have good opinions of you and bad opinions of you. You don't like everyone, so why should everyone like you?
Yeah. In my head, it's because I'm right and they're wrong. To be honest with you, spitting facts. Yeah. It's just one of those things. I can't help but overanalyze the questions you're asking me. So you saying she's a 10? We need to go deeper, mate. We need to dive deeper into this.
So how are we diving deeper?
10. Like what? Like
what is a 10?
Natural beauty.
Or but
is she just got a knocker's hat and making you really horny?
Your 10 is different to my 10. So obviously my 10 is a natural beauty, the thickest of fires, the thickest of back. I'm talking Bundesliga on point. Yeah.
You've got a type then, is that what you're trying to say?
I ain't got no type. Yeah, I do. I have a body type.
We'll leave the application form and link in the bio.
But do you know what I mean? Like, my type is obviously, I'm a bum guy, I'm a cheeks guy, I'm a thigh guy.
I wouldn't say I have a type. I think we've had this conversation many times. So.
But I think, like, you know how some people as well have types where it's based on, like, skin colour, for instance. They'll be like, oh, I'd never date, like, this person here, I'd never date this because of their skin. And I'm like, no, that's not for me, man. I want to embrace all different races, all of that kind of stuff. I don't care about none of that. But I do have a type, like, I do like big thighs and a big bum. And then I'll go from there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because obviously that's what I'm attracted to.
Is that why you always walk around with your head pointing down? That's funny.
You ain't lying, but it's just that's my thing for me to, like, if I look at a girl, I'm like, wow, okay, now I need to talk to her.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't have that, it doesn't mean that I won't. There just has to be something else that will kind of like magnetize me and bring me to her.
Yeah.
But instantly for me, I'll be like,
I've been sat there with you at the pub a few times, haven't I? And I remember, like, one specific time going, oh, there's that bird over there. I was like, yeah, she's proper hot. I really fancy that bird or something to you. And you were like, yeah. And then as that bird was leaving, she comes over and gives you her number, and I was like, oh, that was cringy.
I have a funny story about her.
But anyway, and then literally about the next day or two, I'm sat at a cafe with Harry and Hokani and Toot Layla.
Don't know who that is, but cool.
You do, but
Toot Layla.
Just pigeon English, isn't it? 2K E11. So anyway, I'm sat there with my two mates at another cafe, literally a day or two later, and I spotted a group of birds over the thing, and I was going, oh, yeah, that one there, definitely up my alley or whatever. I was like, they're all fit, whatever. But yeah, that one particular bird, and maybe I'd gone to the toilet or something like that, and then I come back out, and then they'd like come over and given them their given Harry the numbers, and then one of them was like, oh yeah, I'll get your number as well. And I just came out, and then I was like, no, I was sat there at the time when they came over and did it. Yeah, I was definitely sat there. But I could just remember just being like, that's annoying. Yeah, where's my number? There's like six birds. There's 4 of you left. What's going on? 2 days in a row.
Why don't you want any of this?
So that's what I'm saying. I can sit here and judge all I want, but I know I ain't a 10.
Yeah, but why?
In looks to most people.
But to them,
yeah.
Like, you have a very, like, alternative look. Cool. And obviously it's not...
Well, I am 10 inches, but... meters, sorry. Circumference. But the, yeah... But yeah, I don't even care, to be honest. As I said, like, every time that I've had a good relationship with someone, it's always just been sparked from just
something organic,
some really natural conversation, and then finding out you have things in common with each other, and it's not just been, poor yeah, that bird's got a pair of that on her. Let's go and get it raw, or like sitting there on an app flicking or whatever. I've never done that.
I can't do that. Dating apps. Yeah. What's your perspective on them, man?
My perspective on dating apps. Never use one. I've always said to all of my friends I would never use one. And I've seen other people have success from it.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, their relationships that have come from it have been good.
Nice.
As far as I know, so can't judge other people on it. But I am not about to fucking spend my time on my phone flicking through an app. Like, I went to a concert once with that doesn't really work, swapping the letters on that one. You remember Kimball? Used to go. No, this woman that played for the Maccabees, the piano of the Maccabees. She gave some tickets to go see the Maccabees. We're sat there in like VIP CE kind of area. So this guy's probably like friends of the band or something. I must be. He's just fucking sat there while the band's playing.
Yeah,
Maccabees
sad,
and Kasabian, sorry. He's just going on like that.
That's sad.
No, and then at one point he started watching a band. He wasn't even looking at who he was saying yes to.
Oh, he went autopilot.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Mad. So yeah, never having been on one of them, but kind of witnessed stuff like that.
Yeah.
Allow it, and shall I tell you what? It's one of those things. I know I'm gonna go on there, and it's been the same thing as what it was throughout school. It's always the birds that you don't match with that want to match with you, or the ones that I match with. Or should I tell you another thing? It would just be always an awkward thing, like maybe I'm going to like somebody that I might know or something like that, and be like, oh yeah, oh shit, she's on it, oh. And then she doesn't reply to you, and then you just realise, fuck, I've just completely ruined that work relationship or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Friendship.
I get you, mate. I get you.
And I bet it could happen the other way around as well. So it's just.
Yeah, it's a weird one, man. Like, obviously, I've been on it once, and I've been like, you know what? For me, this ain't it, man. It's almost like its own little pocket universe, because, like you said, at the same time, you find people that you know, like you've seen in person, and they'll come with a different narrative when you actually match them, and you're like, whoa. But I don't know. I always found like nothing came from it. Like, I'd always meet people who were like really, really flaky, and didn't really match my energy a lot of the time, and I was like,
there's probably talking to like 5 other people.
100%. It just wasn't that. If, like, for me now, I'm big, I guess, when it comes to people that I deal with. I love people who A, can make decisions for themselves, and B, are happy to take control sometimes. So like, I'll always figure out the first date or something like that. I don't mind, But then if you're not even like pressed to make any kind of plan, or it's not even like when am I seeing you again or anything like that, if my energy is not being reciprocated, you're done. Like you're instantly a zero to me. Like I couldn't care less. Like
don't give them too many clues, mate. They're gonna know how to deceive you now.
They could try. They could try. You will always be sniffed out in the end, man.
Yeah.
Big sniff.
Yeah.
We got tangents and trivia. We got tangents. Naim and Sammy be on TNT.